thing I want to do is review where we left off. So let's hop back into the creative world. So last stream, we just finished this thing. So this is where carts will arrive and be either assigned into the caboose waiting spot or the engine waiting spot. It'll get items, and then when the items run out, this train leaves. So what we want to do is also trigger this train to leave when this one leaves. So basically, if the engine leaves, it's also going to send up the caboose as well. So let's take a look. So right now we just have this button set up. So we will want to get over a line over there. So we can just do that starting here. So we have detector rail, like this, and then we can go on to other powered stuff after that. Oh my god, you're streaming, and I'm just trying to watch. Well, sorry, you have to watch Mirrored Kid. You can probably watch both actually if you want. So the engine's gonna continue up there and go somewhere else. I just realized that whatever I'm holding is behind my head. Anyway, and so when this thing triggers, I want to launch these guys. So let's look at how we want to accomplish that. So I want to power this spot here. So one potential way I could do that is if I could dip this down. Well, I could just go like that, I guess. And so that line will still continue as normal. I guess it needs to be a little lower. Okay, change of plans. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go like this instead. So keep it like we have it. But we can do a block, 2 basket voices. Yeah, that might be confusing. And then like Scody responding, and yeah, you're right. So it's this block here. So we'll need a double torch thing so that it's not powered to start. And then a block going into it, and then just stair-stepping this up. Up to here. Let's see. So we want to get it up to there. So that's, I mean, that kind of increases my footprint a little bit. I'm a little, not as fond of that actually. I changed my plans. Never mind. So we're gonna instead try to bring it over to the side here. So we're gonna power this block. We also have this hopper is gonna be moving some stuff over. Hello, JJ Bunzig. Welcome to the stream. This thing we can actually move over sooner. That might be a better approach. Oh god, stay up. So we're actually gonna instead bring this over sooner. And then that way, I don't have to worry about trying to work around that as much. So we can bring this over sooner. And we could even rearrange that later on, once we have more idea of what's going around. Oh no, stay up. So that goes over there. And then we want to get this line here. So when this leaves, when the engine leaves, it's going to also launch the caboose. That's what we're after. So we want to get that over there. So if we dip it down, so it's going to power this block, and we can bring it down one more. So this here is going to power when the train leaves there. Then we want to have these things not interfere with each other. So we can bring one up a little bit, and then back down. Could work. And then we can bring a repeater like that to go through the block. And then here we can take this out. And then we don't want to, so this will got to be a repeater here so we don't also get the signal from that. But we can go like that. And then this will run over to like this. And then this block here. So we're going to power that block from that direction. So we put it in the redstone. So now, when an engine leaves, it's also going to make this guy leave. So that's the first step there. Then when it leaves here, it adds the counter into this, which says the first train that comes through, send it to the caboose spot. Hello, Evil Mechmaru, welcome to the stream. The next thing we want to do is, as they're leaving, we also want to... let's try these guys are here. We also want to trigger this redstone line. So this is them leaving, and this is them leaving. So we can actually just pull power off of these two things to send it down there. So if we do something like... so if we don't raise this up right away... and then we can do something like this. Is that what I want? Maybe. So that's gonna go down. I guess we also should do... try to figure out how to easily get a line from there and there. Right. Let's do something like this, I guess. So this we can do... we can have redstone here. So this is gonna, when this train leaves, it's gonna power this. The main line is to trigger that thing, but also we can come down here and grab this, and then send a signal straight into a block here. And then can we also do the same thing this direction? Yes. So if we do that, but we don't want to have that interact, so we can go put a block up top so that it doesn't interact until we take that out. No, that's not gonna quite work because we don't want... right. So we also need this block to go that direction. And then not connect up with that. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, we'll go like that. And then we'll put that on top. Okay. Oh no! So what that did is they're all pointing into this. So this block gets powered when either of these two things leave. And then that'll connect up to this. So I might either bridge it down, or this thing can actually be higher up, possibly. I guess for now what we will do is just bridge it up. So that'll be here. I guess it's not very far. So what that will do is when the trains leave, it'll send up another train. So we can see down there, does this thing have... okay, so it actually does have some stuff inside of there. So that'll... right now they'll shoot out. So if we just come up here and we put in some ones manually. So if we put in these two... well, I guess we can simulate a little bit better. So right now it's currently empty, and this thing is saying default to going over there. So if we send up a new train, it comes up some way, comes up to the top, and then it arrives here. And then the first one goes over there. This thing was supposed to change. Oh, it changes after it leaves. I think. No, wait. Let me think. Why didn't that work? Do I have too many blocks in there? Oh, I have a couple of blocks in there. Alright, let me manually fix it, I guess. Okay. So now the next train that comes in goes that direction. And then they're all hanging out there, and then eventually you hit some buttons up top, which is going to release items down into here. So we can simulate that. It'll come up here. I guess we want to be able to see everything. So I'll do it over here. So you hit some buttons, droppers drop down items into these hoppers. We need a good amount of, not a whole lot, but we need some stuff. So let's get 16 things. So drop in 16 things. Those items go into that. And then once that's done, it'll launch that away. That one also then goes. And then both of those two possibly triggered items to drop. So there's the first one. The question is, they might be too close together. Yeah, okay. So this line did probably trigger twice, but may have been too close together. So let's try it again. And also this one has now switched to that direction, so that it'll... Oh, I was too quick about it. Okay, there we go. So this thing probably has two cars. We don't want two cars, just one. So what we want to do is we want to watch... Oh, that's why there's cars here, because this thing's right now just shooting off there. We want to watch to see, does this thing trigger twice or not? It might be because they triggered too close together. So actually what I should do is really just add a delay into this. And that might be enough. We'll see. So let's give this guy some items. And we'll see how that goes. We'll just do 8 instead. So we want to watch to see, does this line trigger twice or not? Okay, so it's still too close together. Thank you for the follow, VBailer10. So let me add some more delay. And I think that might, because I think both of these things are triggering. Yeah, they're both triggering. But it's just too close together, I think. Is what's happening. So let's try that, see if that helps. So we'll go ahead and simulate two more trains. Would love for a follow back. Sorry, I don't do that. But after the stream, if you're streaming, I might check it out. But I don't necessarily always follow back. So we're going to put a car here. So it arrived up through the system, goes to the side, and this thing should switch back. It didn't. Interesting. If I do one more, does it switch back? Oh, that's right. 2 trains did pass through there before. No, I don't know why. Very interesting. Why would there be 2 tokens in there? Well, let's just manually fix it, and we'll see if that problem comes back. Or not. So we'll put a dude in there. So now I have one there and one there. Well, we want to see if this line triggers twice or not. So we're gonna put some items. We'll just put one item in there. So it triggered once, and then yeah, it didn't trigger. Yeah, it's still holding it for too long. That's a shame. I guess I'll watch this to see what's happening, because I might be not quite understanding what's going on there. I might be watching the wrong thing. So I'll put in an item. I'm trying to watch these 2 things light up. Okay, so yeah, this one just stays on too long. So maybe really what I need to do is not increase this one, but increase the other one. So we'll increase this instead. And then in this guy, and that might delay it. Let's see. So we're watching this thing here. So I think that worked. Yeah. So there, yeah, okay, that worked. Yep. Good. Now, but we have a little bit of a backup down here. Okay. Good. Awesome. So that is how we will trigger the signal to come down to send up more cars back up. So this is where they arrive. Now the next thing I need to do is make this guy actually receive a bunch of tokens. So when we don't need this, when this thing triggers, comes through here, and runs into that. So what we really want is, we could also do when it leaves. So this line over here, I can also pull off of this to say dispense a bunch of items. So if I want to figure out a way to get enough of those tokens in there. So let's add some hoppers somewhere. Let's see. So if we have hoppers coming this direction, and then we will want, I forget how the powering works exactly in that. Let's just put some stuff in. So if we run items into that, I have to rename so many items for each of these things. That's gonna be actually the hardest part. Is not even just building this, but just renaming the items. That's silly. Okay. So if we have redstone running on top of this, that's related to this guy, so we can actually raise that up one here just to not have to go as high up, and then we can go this direction, like this. And then we can actually have a torch here. Oops. Yeah, I want to go on top of that. Torch here. There we go. That's what I want to break. And then put these on top. Okay. So this line is going to be powered, but then turn off briefly when these other stuff happen. So this line here is to point into that. And then we will bring a line going across this way. Oh, will that interact with those? We'll find out. So yeah, where do these items stop moving? So are they in this hopper? They are in the hopper, but they did not go that direction. Okay, so the items will go into there, but they won't continue through into this, because this is powered. Good. So let's give these guys a bunch of items, and we'll see how many items it really gets. So we can just give this a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, right, hopper's full. Okay. So we're trying to just fill up the bottom hoppers, and I think this is what it's working. Probably, maybe. And then I probably have a bunch in my inventory, maybe? We'll see. Alright, that might be good. Actually, no, I guess this guy needs stuff too. So what I'm trying to find out is when this actually releases, how many items end up through the system. I guess this would only really release from over there. With this current setup, it's only going to move stuff over that way. So this is all kind of redundant, but we'll see how much this thing, how many it gets, and I might need to adjust the logic because this isn't quite going to work right, but we'll see. All right, so we're going to we want a cart. So it's here, and then we'll put a cart here, and then give this thing an item. It will send it out. This thing will briefly go. So it ends up only having 3 items. Okay, so I need to adjust this logic a little bit. So those are all going to go that direction. So we can actually just take out all of this. Take out all of it, I guess. So that was a waste of time. And then we don't want these items in there either. Okay, so plan B. So that's the line that brings it all over there. We'll make it that long, I think. And then we want to have some hoppers that are not facing directly down, that are above them. So we put a furnace here. And then these things are not pointing directly down. And these are the ones that we're actually going to power. Let's take that out. This one's going to be powered from this. And then powered on top of that. And then from here, we want to bring stuff into it. So I guess from the side, but if they're pointing into each other, that might not really work out too well. So I should really do, oh, up. Oh no. But this did illustrate an important point, that I have this thing powering that. So we want to not do that. I guess we probably don't need this to be that kind of rail. So I think we can go like that. So we should really fill up these guys from the side here. And then we'll go like this. And so this is where the chest will be that will receive the items. So this chest, I think if it has a couple stacks. Oh, because this thing is powering it. Awesome. So we want to move that lever to here. Okay. Now it's empty. So I believe it's moving. Oh, and this isn't powered yet, so we need to power that now. So here. We want a torch. Here. So we need to clear out that a little bit that's in the other spot, but and then this guy needs to have a line going to it from over here. Okay. And that should be not too long. So this is now powered. And this is still receiving items, but it might have been from before. Maybe. No. It's powered. Why is it sending items down? If it's actually pointing down, is it when it doesn't do it? I'm trying to remember the mechanics for all this stuff. So if this is pointing directly down and I give it some items, it still empties, even though it's powered. What is the logic again? Alright, we have a hopper pointing directly in there. I'm going to power this one, and when I put items in here, they stop here. So when you power this thing, it's pointing directly into it, it stops. Is it because it was going sideways that it didn't do it? Maybe? So I guess if it's pointing directly down, it doesn't quite do what I want. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we can work with that. I have to remember, I have something sort of built like this, but it's a very compact area and it's not really nice to look at. So instead, let's do this. So there, it's pointing directly into it, but we're going to power these guys. From this side. So we can have blocks that are here. Let's actually move this back down. And then this will go... let's see, how do we going to do this? There's redstone here. That would power that, but we don't want that to mix up here. We don't have to have this come up right away. We can move it down. Keep it down. And then this can come up here, and then hit a torch that powers it. Okay, there we go. So now we're powering this line here from the block next to it when this torch is on. And then we can populate these from this direction. Will that power these? Maybe. We'll find out. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if we put some blocks in, these will empty, and this will hold on to it. Okay, good. Good. So then we want to have this will come up and then go to something. It'll connect up with the rest of the item system. There'll be an item sorter to make sure only certain blocks come through here. But we can now put in a bunch of blocks. We want to empty out this. Make sure there's nothing inside of there. And then put in a bunch of blocks. I guess we can mix the blocks. What I'm trying to do is figure out how many. It seems like we may have like 15, 3 from each of the hoppers, possibly. But we'll see. Okay. So these are all full. Well, these are emptying down below, right? So really, what we want to do is check to see how full these are. So this has none. Interesting. So perhaps it is powered from this, and it will still pass items this way, but not down. Interesting. Is this one passing it down? No. So the only one that's actually getting items is this over here. So my guess is because of the way I powered them. Oh my goodness. Stop falling. Okay. Perhaps I should change the type of mechanism I'm using here. I could come back to that and try to come up with something that isn't just based on hoppers losing power for a while. Like it could be a little mini clock or something. I think that's what I might do. So for now, I'll leave this as is. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Come back to it. And we'll work on some of the other stuff here. Namely, the stuff up top. So this top section up here, this main room, we want to duplicate what we have in the other world. So we'll want to put in blocks along here. And then sort of duplicate what we have there. So I believe there's a button here. Or a button on some of these, not all of them. So I think there's a button probably here. No, because we don't want that to power the other thing. So we'll go like this. So there's probably a button here. We'll double check in a second. And then assign. Like that. And there might be a sign here just letting you know what these things are. And these are going to be hooked up to other stuff back here. So let's take a look at the world real quick. The multiplayer world where I've actually built this in regular survival. I don't remember where we logged off. Hopefully it's inside the small rail station. It is, good. Condrick is online. Okay, so we're down here in this mess. Let's work our way up to the top area where the thing is we're building is up there. Hypermine, yeah. Okay, so what we want to try and figure out is how we have set up some of this. This is the very top section here. We can't really see very easily the stuff down there, but it's okay. So there's a block here. So if I had to guess, there's a torch in the back where the button is. And there's a torch in the bottom of this, which is making this off. And so this is a dispenser that would drop down the thing. So button there, yeah. And so this is a dispenser to shoot down the actual cart. So there's 4 of those. with some hoppers on top of that. So let's build that first over in the other world. I guess we want to figure out the right height of everything. But I guess that'll be obvious for as we're building in the other. Okay, so we want to have redstone torch. Let's get our hot bar with the red stuff. So we do want a hopper, redstone torch, dispenser, powered rail, and some blocks. Okay. So there's going to be oh, not here. So this here is, these are the spots. There's a block on top. And then torch on top of that. And then a dispenser on top of that. And then we're gonna have a hopper facing into that. And there, and there, oop, and there, and there. And then we have the hopper chain goes this direction. Okay. And then in front of the dispenser is going to be a it's actually unpowered rail, if I recall correctly. But interesting, it's facing the wrong direction. Well, if we do this, will that fix that? Yes. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then we want a block in front of that so that it'll actually drop down. And then the rest of this is just sort of filled in. We don't really need those there, but okay. And then I fill these in from down below just because. Okay, good. So that is the room, and you can style this a little bit more in the world. But so the idea is that up here, if you have empty chest minecarts, which we actually have some of in our inventory, so we can just throw those in. I had some, well, here, I'll just do this. So we come over here. We can just throw a whole bunch in. Can't tell if it's, I guess it's just not going very fast. I kind of expected to go a little faster. Okay, anyway, so we'll do the first one. Just to make sure we have some in. Okay. Alright, so then here you hit the button, and then a chest appears there, or a cart, rather. So that's that part. And then we want to run, so this line that comes up here is for the freight. And then I think right above that there's going to be another line that comes in. So let's double check what that looks like. Multiplayer. Hypermine. Okay, so then up here, the caboose. Oh, I guess they both come from over here. Interesting. Okay. So empty carts come through here over on that side as well. In fact, that line I was just talking about is actually the empty carts. And then both the engine and the caboose come from this side in two very small, like you can't walk down there, passageways. And then they go to their respective spots. Okay. So that part's pretty self-explanatory. The next thing I have to do is put in this part here. So what happens is this line here is for empty carts come through. Actually, no, yeah. So I think the thing I was looking at over here is for the freight, which, no, wait. This is for the freight, and then this is for the empty carts. It comes up here, breaks in the cactus, goes into the hoppers, and now is available for these requesters. So let's put that in. So we can get everything all built up. So we have, so let's verify what this line is actually hooked up to. I think that this is it bad that I laughed when you said empty carts? No, it's fine. So this is the line right here. This is for regular passenger carts. So that comes up, And then we want to get it up to here. So it's going to be on this level. There's going to be hoppers that come up to here. Remember the height of the building. Did I have it right here? I might have had the snaking around the... Go like this. And then this is where the sand will be. I didn't look at the hopper part of it when I... Alright, let's look at the... Alright, we'll go back. I'll take a screenshot this time. Multiplayer. Okay. Okay, so I actually have it offset by 1. That's the part I was missing. So it comes up, it's offset by 1, and then goes right in. So the sand is actually right next to that guy, and that's the roof of the entire room. Let's get that screenshot out so we can easily reference it. And then this here, so that snakes around right at that level there. Okay, and then the other one's going to loop through there. So we'll get that up as well. And then that line, this line here, which is for the empty carts, goes there. And then the freight is actually right above that, just by 1. So you're actually able to walk through here, but it's going to loop that thing there. So we might try and rearrange the stuff down there possibly, but at the very least, I'm going to make it be where you're able to walk through here, and it's that's for the freight. Okay, let's try that again. So we'll go single player. So I will get rid of this. So this here, right here, is going to be where the cactus is. Right, okay, I got it, yeah. So here is that, and then the sand is on top of that. Cool. And then cactus. Hello, Luminary Poet 511. Welcome to the stream. We're planning out some, I have a rail station that I have set up on the server. So I guess this also goes like that then. And so I'm working on hooking up, trying to recreate what I created in survival within here, and then sort of perfect some of the redstone. So like here's a big rail station, and then all the different redstone components of it. Oop, no, I don't want to be there. Let's be here. Okay, so this is where they need to end up at. So we'll go like that. And then I actually have the screenshot open. Let me swap over to this. So it goes a couple blocks over. And then it's powered rail. Thank you for the follow, Luminary Poet. So I'll go like this. And then it starts stepping down. I think to about that much. You're looking at a screenshot next to me as well that I just took from the other world. It seems like it's kind of over the room a lot. Let me put in the rest of this room. I believe that's the ceiling. That's the level of the ceiling. So those are the openings where the carts drop through. And then we also have this guy drops down there. Let's see. And so that's actually going to be a little bit lower. Let me think. So it goes this direction. And then this here, I think, is the path for the engine when it arrives through there is actually runs along here and goes in. So this line here would be the inner wall of the top room. So we have powered rail running along there, and then it's going to turn here, and then go into that. That's where that drops off. Okay, so this is the space we have to work with. And so this rail here needs to keep on coming up. Oops, wrong thing. And then reach there and circle around. Yeah, okay. That might work. This is one higher than... Is this gonna work? It's interesting. In my, perhaps in my other one I have them moving a little closer together. No? Wonder why it's slightly different in this than my other world. Do I have these a little bit lower? I might have the ceiling a little lower, actually. In my other world. Which could impact a couple different things. So let me double check that before I assume this is the spot of the floor. Okay, so we're inside the wall. So this is the part I was trying to figure out exactly where. So let's come down here. So here I have the button and then immediately the ceiling. Okay. I gotcha. And then here, for the drop off, it's only 1. So I think I actually made the ceiling a little bit more in the single player one than I needed to. So let's go up here. Yeah, so this is going to be the ceiling here. So bring that all the way across. And then fill this in. Put these guys in. And then we can put this in. Boop. And then we can take... Well, I guess we'll finish off this part. And this could actually be stairs at that point if we wanted to. Right, so this actually will be... This actually will raise up, I guess. Because that lower part is just around the rail part of it. Okay. So this here is actually a little lower. So we'll put that rail in the right spot. And then it curves here. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. So the engine will come along there and then drop into there. Empty chest cart, mine carts, empty chest passenger carts will come up here. And we power it. We have that there. Do we need to worry about... We don't want to power that hopper. So we might consider not making this powered rail. I think it might have enough power or enough oomph it'll get up there. So let's make this powered right here. And then let's look at the screenshot. So I have right along this line here, I have some rail coming up. So I guess we can't have it right there. And then this is hooked up to the side of this. So we can't really have that there. So I'll put it on this side instead. And then this will hook up coming down that direction. So I had this set up where I'm here. So it must have been... So I can still walk forward. So it can't be there. So it must have been like that. And then you can still have a rail through this, I'm pretty sure. And that will connect up to here. And then turn around and go that direction. Yep, good. So this is for freight. So whenever freight comes through, it will go through this line right here. So I'll have to power that line also in another way, because right now it's... I'm pretty sure that you can have trains come up that, but not down, if I recall. Let's double check that. So I guess to start the process, we'll have to put a couple things there. Chest minecart. I missed. Okay. So chest minecart, can you go up? Yes, it can go up, and then it can't come back down. Okay. So that's potentially a bottleneck for things that might get stuck. If it ever bottlenecks up here. But I think we're okay. I can fly in this. So then this goes this way, and then we have it come up a little bit more. And so this room here, I think is at this level, if I'm not mistaken. I can double check that, but that's where empty freight minecarts will come up and shoot through there. So if we come down below, and get rid of this stuff. And then what we need to do is hook up trains that leave this. Can't really see it. Trains that come through here need to end up at that one tunnel. So we'll have to think about, we need to get that up there at some point, or not there, right here. So we'll have to somehow connect up this line to that. But we also need to get 2 other lines to come up this other side. So let's get those in place. Also, let's see. So the caboose line, if we put in the rest of the floor here, I could try and duplicate what I have there, but I'm going to see if I can make it in a slightly different way, possibly. So this line can just come in straight on the side there. This is for the caboose, and this is the engine. And we need to basically have 2 sets of sloped paths coming through here. So let's start that out. So I guess if this is the top floor, I want to keep this ladder functioning. So we'll go ahead and put more of the ladder in, just to make sure that we keep the ladder all the way down in this version of this map. So then one of the paths will be probably hooked up here, and this is the turnaround spot. So possibly the engine will come up this path. So this is turnaround, so it can stay at that level, and then this will go all the way down. So I'm going to see if I can make it so I'm actually able to walk up and down the path or not. So these 2 are intersecting, but we can adjust that possibly. I guess not really, because now the next one is going to be, so if we want to be able to walk through it, it would be here. To be able to walk through this. So that might be tough. That might be why I didn't do it. Because then that would be there. So if we put it here instead, the trains can still get up. But the people can't. So we put that in place there, and then how would this work exactly? I guess you can do. So if you put this block there first, there we go. And then I guess power that, maybe. And then this line will go all the way down on this side, in this slope. Coming down there. So this one will have to move out of the way in a second. Okay. It's pretty packed. Okay. Yeah, so this line here is about to intersect, so we want to, as soon as we can, which is, I guess, here. Or, yeah, on this level here. So it goes one more, and then we want to loop it and bring it down in that direction, is what we did before, actually, also. So this is for freight. So we'll put this line here, so it can turn around there, and then work its way this direction. Oops. Breaking the wrong stuff. And so that is... comes this way. That's for empty chest minecarts, right? So this is the one that we're trying to connect up to this eventually. So we don't really want to move it too far this direction, because we're going to have to move it back that direction. The next thing we want to do is these 2 lines here. Is there enough room? So this is actually too close here. Interesting. I wonder how I did it in the other world. Unless I just moved this out of the way as soon as I could. How did I make this all fit? can I make this fit? I mean, I can come down one more. Well, I guess that'll work. So it'll come down one more. Oh, it can't turn on this block. How did I make this fit? Can I move it around it all up here? It starts there. These can't really be any closer together. Interesting. Oh, let's go look at the other world. I've already solved this once before. Let's see if we can check out how I did it. I can't fly around, so it makes it a little tougher, but we're doing time. Okay. Doing okay. So I'll head up here. So I have this one looping immediately around. So it's actually one higher. Aha, that might be the solve. So I have the caboose is actually one higher in the corner there. Okay. I'll take a screenshot of this. But that's probably the solution. Is that I have it a little bit higher up. And then down below, so they both come and they're both all connected up like that. Let's adjust our view to be over this direction. And so those are the two paths right there. And they continue on that path for a while. Meanwhile, the freight one actually just shifts over one. It doesn't change direction. So I shift over one and then bring it down this way. Okay, that makes more sense. And then these two, I just keep on continuing on that same line all the way down to down below. Okay, all right, cool. That makes sense. Okay, so we're going to make the caboose actually be the first thing, so we can get rid of this. And then this guy is not going to be going that direction, so we'll get rid of all this. And then, so the caboose is the first thing. So we will go, it's actually one raised, and then goes down. So that ends up giving it just enough room to go all the way down. Oops. So this will go all the way down. And this is something. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is dropping all the way down to that thing. Okay, so I might have to figure out how that's going to interact. And then, so then these come this direction like that. And then I, for some reason, snaked it there. That's interesting. For some reason, I felt it necessary to go around like that. I don't know. I'm not sure why it needs to be facing that direction. There's probably a reason. So we're like this. And put in some curved rails in the appropriate spots. Powered rail. Power that in a second. So this is where the caboose comes through. And then it goes down through here. Oh, there's actually two. My bad. That doesn't fit. Seems like there's extra space in the other one. How interesting. Well, we can do... I'm fairly sure that... I mean, maybe there's a reason why we did it, but we'll see if there's a reason. I don't know why I would need to curve around. Well, I can't just connect up like this. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So then this path goes along this line, down this way. Oh my goodness, too far. Up, go up, fly. Okay. Okay, so that line is going to go through there. This line is going to shift over one. And then go all the way down. Good. And that will need to eventually connect up with the output of this. So it's just going to loop around and then somehow get back up here. But we'll come back to that. Okay, and then the next thing that happens is we're going to bring the other line up. So here, a rail can come up that, but people can't. We'll put that line in. We'll see how that all connects up. So that was going to be here, and then here. And then you can curve here. This can't be a slope, so we'll come up that direction. And it'll go through there. So this isn't, I don't think, quite the way I have it set up in the other thing. Oh, then I broke this. Oh, but we can just turn around here. It's fine. There. There. So I'm not really sure why I looped it around the other direction on the other one. But if I need to have it coming from this direction, I can. I can change this up. But there we go. So now we have both those two lines coming up into there. And it's not powered yet, of course. And I've hooked everything up down below. But that should work for all the placement of things that I saw. Oh yeah, there we go. That was weird. Okay. So then this line comes all the way over here. So we can just make this thing loop around here, like this, and then start its ascent. I guess not quite yet, because there's some blocks in the way. So we'll go there, and then we'll start our ascent. So it's almost perfect, except not quite. Interesting. So we need to get a little bit more out of it. We can't move it closer to this. Unfortunately, I moved it down enough that it's not going to quite work in that spot. Is there a way around that issue? No. Not that I can think of. I need to get one more block up without moving this over. And I can't have this be a turn and a slope. So is this block... Yeah, this block's important. Oh, and I can't even do this. This is bad, too. So this would have to be... Although that's not a big deal, because I had an extra non-loop thing there. So we can do this, and then we're going to have powered rail, and this will have to be the way it goes up. But we'll have to figure out what the solve is for this. I guess nothing else is in this spot right here. So it's not pretty. But I could do this. Doesn't really solve my problem, does it? Turn upward. Huh. It's interesting that it still doesn't really let me connect up. It's a shame. It would have been pretty awesome if that just worked out perfectly. Okay, well, here's another option. I can bring it up through here. Maybe. So it means I'll have to make it so it's inclining in faster. But it would come up through here instead. You could do that. Okay, so we're gonna go. Let's work backwards. So we're gonna want to come in through here. So this is the spot here. Here? Yes. So here, and so it actually needs to be a flat thing there, and then we can start doing the decline. And we're actually going to go faster than this thing is going to allow because of this block here. But we could maybe change that. Block out. So I'm not powering anything else. I don't want to power that. No, maybe I'll stay at this height until I get to here and then start working my way down. No, I want to go one more and then I'll start working my way down. So this might not be as better anyway. We'll see. But so then this will continue out this direction. And then we're at the wall here, so we'll have to have a flat so we can turn around. And then that can go start descending right away. Seems promising. And then a flat. There we go. Okay, cool. So this will be powered rail, regular rail, powered, coming up through here. I want to make sure I can still walk around. I can't walk through this spot here. Oh, I can. Good. And then this is regular rail, powered rail. Okay, there we go. So then this is a kind of ugly looking path, but this is to for freight carts, just mine carts that have stuff inside of them, freight carts. So we can power this fine without running into problems. So they'll come through there. What they do is they drop off an item here, which changes this track. So they shoot through here, and then they grab the item back up, and then they'll run around this, up, all the way up to this up here. They go all the way through here, and they'll end up in a room up here. That's what we just set up. Okay. So then all the thing that's left to hook up for the stuff going up top, because the empty mine carts, empty passenger carts, come through there. So we will still need to rig these two lines, that line there, and then this line here, to hook up to these, which shouldn't really be a problem. There's a lot of room we can work with. So they'd come down, angle their way down, and then just hook up to those in some way. Make sure I hook up the right ones to the right ones. And then when they leave, that's right. When they leave, right now they're already requesting the two carts to come back up. So then I need to have a path from the bottom all the way down there up to that. And then I need to hook up the caboose engine stuff, or caboose tokens, up to an item sorter. Oh, and also reprogram this so it actually works right. I forgot about that. And then have stuff come through here, and there's gonna be an item elevator. So we're getting there. We're getting close. We have a lot of the top part all set up, and then we have this thing is mostly functioning except for the caboose thing. I'll have to rework how I want to do that. But that will be the end of the stream. Thank you everybody for watching.